Hello and welcome to the 500th, I still can't believe I'm saying that, Lukozer Retro Game Review video. So for this one, it had to be a world exclusive. And what we have here is, believe it or not, the fucking third Lukozer Wars game. Gansteeth proudly presents Lukozer Wars 3D. The year is 2038 and Lukozer is now a very slow old man. What do you now in 2030? I'm fucking I'm already there, mate. Events occur in real time. So, yeah, now Gansteeth has, to put it mildly, been extremely brave here, because by creating a third and final Lukozer Wars title, he is having to basically live up to the expectations that were generated from the first two games, which, as we all know, are the two greatest games ever created. And not only that, but throughout like gaming and even more so films, whenever a third title comes along, the third in a series, and that third one is 3D, it always raises the bar to almost unmatchable sort of levels, you know. I mean, in games, let's say, you know, in the Worms series, when you then got Worms 3D, I mean, that was just absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? And, of course, Lemmings. When Lemmings 3D came along, well, fucking hell. Gaming, you didn't think gaming could get better than that, didn't you? All that. And then, of course, with films, and you had Amityville Horror 3D. That was truly fantastic film. That was Friday the 13th 3D. That was pretty good. Friday the 13th films are a guilty pleasure of mine. Piranha 3D. A truly stunning spectacle. Of course, with that one, they were, you know, very subtly witty with the title there by calling it 3DD. Obviously, in reference to the ship that I use in No Man's Sky. What else could it have been? And of course, when it comes to, you know, the film example. You then have to, you know, you have to mention the very pinnacle, and that is Jaws 3D. What a true masterpiece of cinema that was. So, when you combine these two things, having to, you know, live up to the reputation of the first two Lukozer Wars games, and then having to live up to the reputation of, you know, the third title of the series being 3D. I mean, Gansteeth has really set himself one hell of a task here. So the big question is, can he deliver? Can he possibly deliver something that rates as highly as all of those examples I've given? Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll get the game underway. Before we do, we'll just explain the display here. So you got some ugly cunt there in the centre. He looks vaguely familiar. Then we have the basically two health bars, the nicotine levels, which goes down over time, and the health bar. So, right, let's get a game underway. So this is using Freescape. I can't remember if that's 3D construction kit or if it actually was called the Freescape construction kit. So we'll leave the house. He's got the details of my road absolutely spot on, because I do have this solid wall that blocks me off as soon as I leave my front door. So, right, so we head out of this area. So you can see the nicotine level is going down, so it's basically a time limit. I've got to get to the newsagents at the end of the road before my need for another fag is, well, it reaches fatal levels. Alright, into the next stage, or next area, the bus stop. Alright, that's dealt with that cunt there. And head on down here. Into the next stage. Now this, I must admit, I was really impressed here, because I know there are not many residential roads that have tunnels halfway along them, but yeah, he's included the one that's on my road. So yeah, definitely full marks for that one there. And into the next level, where we have the bane of my existence, the ice cream van. I can't remember how many hits it takes, or if I have to hit it in a particular place, but it looks like I'm about to croak it anyway. Oh no, fucking hell, I got it. Mind you, my health is now pretty much at 0, as is my nicotine levels. So, well, I think I need to get this done fucking fast. And I fucking collapsed outside the fucking shop. Yeah, I remember doing that on many occasions. So I was, that is, believe it or not, the furthest I've ever got in this game. This is quite the challenge. This is quite the tough one. So alright, let's another bash at this. Right, so that's that first cunt down. Now, I don't know if he had anybody in particular in mind when he put the various characters here, but that first one, I'm pretty sure that would have to be Captain Retard, which is the name I've given to the bloke who lives opposite me. The reason being that there's actually nothing wrong with him, but they're doing they're trying to con the social by claiming that he has autism. So I thought, right, well, if you want to try and claim to be a retard, then I'll fucking call you one. He doesn't like it much for some funny reason. Anyway, next cunt at the bus stop. Right, that seems sorted out. Right, here we go. But anyway, yeah, I mean, he doesn't have autism at all. It's just, so it's just him trying to get more money out of the fucking social. Right, and into the tunnel. This is the real sort of like, it's almost a bonus area, but it's showing, you know, the attention to detail that very few games actually have, you know. So now we get to the real tough part here. This is almost like the end of level boss sort of thing. The dreaded ice cream van. Fucking hell, I took it out much quicker. So I've obviously got to shoot it in one particular area there. Does that mean I'll actually make it into the shop? Well, this really is an exclusive if I can do this, because I've never done this before. So this will be a first for me, as well as all you unfortunate sods watching this fucking thing. Line up, there we go. Alright, there we go, I've made it to the shop. So the health is back up, the nicotine levels are back up. Alright, what happens next? I have to say, Freescape doesn't really do my appearance much justice. Oh, there we go. So I completed the game. Fucking hell, I must be a real gaming fucking champion. I'll tell you what, all this mentioning of nicotine and seeing that Freescape rendering of me owning a fag, I fucking need one. Right, so let's get another game underway, and this time, well, we'll also get the review underway as well. So, graphics, I mean, what can I say? It is a perfect rendering of outside my house here, and a perfect rendering of Captain Retard and the other cunts that live around here. And it even has the tunnel that is part way along my road. So I mean, graphically, it's as accurate as it could possibly get. Who needs fucking Google Earth when you could have, you know, rendering of this level of accuracy on a Commodore 64? That takes real talent. In terms of audio, well, it's the usual sort of Freescape audio. It is fairly quiet, but then if I do have to go out, which I prefer not to do, I am extremely quiet. I'm almost in a fucking world of my own, actually. I can't, well, I don't pay any attention to anybody else who's around. This is the cuntish bit, because I've got to get that over there quickly enough. There we go. My fucking fag's gone out. There we go. So, easily dispatching of the ice cream van there. So this is actually a 2018 release. It wasn't released this year. So yeah, I was actually given it about a year ago, and I'm only now finally getting around to reviewing it. But there we go, I made it again. Just call me the gaming maestro, eh? So gameplay, yeah, it's spot on. I say I have to admire Gansteeth's optimism there that it's not until 2038 that I move that slowly. I am so fucking riddled with arthritis that that's as slow as I fucking move even today. In fact, if anything, this is a bit fast paced for me, but there we go. But there we are, the world exclusive. The Lukozer Wars trilogy has finally been completed. And, well, I've got to be honest, it's not quite up there with Lukozer Wars 2. But it is still, you know, without doubt, the finest Freescape game ever created. Oh, you only have to take one look at it and you can see that. So, yeah, I mean, you can only say that it is a genuine masterpiece. It's taken the Freescape engine and made by far the fastest and most playable Freescape title of all time. So it is just, you know, a true wonder of Commodore 64 gaming. No, it's the fucking tunnel and my sights are nowhere near it. fucking cunt. There you go. Alright. And, well, you can certainly say that the challenge is there on all three, or all four sections. But also, like I say, I mean, I wasn't exaggerating, I wasn't joking. Up until that point where I did it first time in this video, I'd never actually completed this. But has it actually set out to, you know, achieve what I said at the start? Can it, or has it lived up to the expectations that are generated by the likes of comparing it with, you know, Lemmings 3D and Jaws 3D? Yeah, in fact, I'd have to say it has actually managed to do that. So it's a game that I really cannot sort of put a score to, because what score can do this game justice? So what I will say is, yes, it does manage to be every bit as spectacular as Jaws 3D. So there you go. That is Lukozer Wars 3D, and yeah, this game is available. I don't know who, if anybody, is distributing it. Yeah, I do know, no one. But I mean, if you are absolutely desperate enough and want a copy of this, or Lukozer Wars 2, which of course is available for Commodore 64 and Amiga, or the original Lukozer Wars, then yeah, I can send you a copy of any or all of those, and I'm sure Gansteeth can do the same if you would rather get him to send you one, and that way you can deny all knowledge, as far as I am concerned, of owning them. So that means that, well, while this is the third title, there have actually been 4 games where I have been the main the main character, seeing as the Commodore 64 and Amiga versions of Lukozer Wars 2 exist. So you'd think, right, at last, that's it, no more fucking Lukozer games of any kind. Yeah, unfortunately not. There is another one, which is an Amiga title. It's not an Amiga version of this. I don't know if there is an Amiga version of this. I'm not the one to ask, really. But yeah, believe it or not, there is a 5th one. But the good news is that 5th one really is the last of these. I don't know when I will get around to reviewing that, because like I say, it's an Amiga version and I'm not doing Amiga games just yet. I'm not even sure when I'll be doing them. But yeah, so that is Lukozer Wars 3D done. And coming up now is the serious bit. If you want to skip that, and I wouldn't blame you, you can always do that. Or you can just stop the video now. So, this is obviously, I say, it was made with, you'll have to ask Gansteeth if it is 3D construction kit or if it's Freescape construction kit. I remember a 3D construction kit, and I remember a title which let you use like Freescape and build, you know, your various sort of areas and that. I can't remember if that was 3D construction kit though, or if there was a Freescape specific one. I do remember that all the reviews of it said that it was a bit of a pain in the arse actually to use, and building up areas was quite slow. So it's hardly surprising that there are only 4 areas here, and of course, well, I say of course, I don't know for sure if the reason that the tunnel area is there is because Gansteeth had just had enough of putting the levels together, so he just thought, right, fuck it, I'll keep this one empty, stick one person there, right, that'll do, sort of thing. But I mean, I had absolutely no idea this was being done. I mean, I had no idea about the first 2 either, and they all came completely out of the blue. And then along came the Amiga version of the second one, which again just came completely out of the blue. There, I had no idea about it, and yeah, I had no idea about this one. So, although it's probably, well, it certainly doesn't last as long gameplay wise as the second one, I suspect this is by far the most ambitious and probably took the longest to do. So, yeah, maybe Gansteeth has a 3D construction kit stroke Freescape construction kit review video lined up like he did with Shoot 'em Up construction kit, and we'll be using this as his example of trying to put the thing together. So yeah, I mean, the mere fact that it even exists is quite the surprise, and although, like I say, it may be fairly short with only 4 screens, I can imagine it isn't exactly something that was done in like 10 minutes or so. I've never used the 3D construction kit, so I don't know how easy or difficult it is, but like I say, the reviews I read of it, they gave me the very distinctive impression that it is, yeah, almost overly difficult. Again, I'm not the one really to ask. So that is Lukozer Wars 3D. I can't believe that there are 3 different games and 4 actual, well, 3 different titles and 4 actual games where I am the fucking main character. But nevertheless, there you are. So that is the 500th Lukozer retro game review. Doesn't mean they will be ending. I have several more that I have lined up for the very near future. The next one is a bit of a Commodore 64 classic that is, as far as a review by me goes, long overdue. So yes, even though I have reached 500, that doesn't mean this is ending, not by any stretch of the imagination. So there we go, Lukozer Wars 3D. Yeah, it lives up to the same levels of expectation as Jaws 3D. It manages to be every bit as good as that. So that brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.